Okay, so what am I doing? It's 5:20, not my fault. The beginning of the year exhaustion has finally caught up to me. Why? It is just like overall very discouraging though, just being a teacher right now. I think people are feeling it all over the world. Okay, you guys, I just had a big brain moment. Good morning, happy Monday. If you are new, my name is Holly. If you are not new, you're probably wondering where I am. I'm in my new house. I can't even believe that I'm saying that sentence. Like, I am in my house. Anyway. It's so good. I have 10 minutes to eat breakfast. I would do my Bible study. But you know, I don't know where my Bible is right now. I think it's still in my car. But we're in the midst of unpacking everything. We honestly got a lot more unpacked yesterday than I expected. But anyway, it's a new week. I think I am just going to eat really fast and then leave because I do want to get to work a little bit early because there's a few things that I wanted to do on Friday that I didn't quite get to. Like, I know I need to make a new seating chart yet again. Hopefully this is the last one. The beginning of the year, I feel like I go through so many seating charts because I'm still trying to like learn the students' personalities, learn their academic level, like all of that sort of stuff, where they need to sit, can they see the board, do they need to move forward, do they need to sit next to me, like all that sort of stuff. Teachers, you know. So like the first 3 weeks of school, 4 weeks of school, I feel like I have a new seating chart every week just because I'm trying out different groups. Like, I set my classroom up in groups, which I feel like makes it even more difficult because you're gonna have kids sitting next to each other and they're like, oh, we can't work together, like we can't be at the same table together, we have beef. And I'm like, get over it. I have to come up with a bunch of different seating charts, but I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on all of my students now. It is the start of week 3, which is the second bowl week. Our first week was only 3 days. So let's get today started. Also, just a moment, okay, for my hair. It is curled right now. We'll see how long that lasts. My hair has not been holding anything recently. It falls out basically by the time school starts, which is awesome. So I do not have high hopes for it today. Okay. My posters are falling down. It's okay. I'll deal with it later. Okay, so the only things that I didn't get done on Friday was I didn't create a new seating chart. I didn't upload all of my notes on Canvas. I need to go get my headphones for students with accommodations. And I need to grade one of the assignments that I had them do. Or do I? Maybe I just won't grade that one. I don't know yet. We'll see. Okay, the past 2 years have not been a big foldable gal. I didn't really like foldables because I was like, they're not actually writing anything down. They're spending more time cutting and gluing, and they're not actually like taking the notes. Now I realize that these students do not know how to take notes. So my options are to devote time to teaching them how to take good notes or doing foldables with them. So I'm doing foldables with them. And honestly, I don't hate it as much as I thought I did. Because they are still, like, a lot of what I like to do is just make their notes page like a half sheet and make it either fill in the blank or just have like examples on it Like this was their warm-up. This was a worksheet that we did. So it's grown on me doing the foldables. Also, because my notebooks that the school provided are graph, and I hate that, but it was out of my hands. So when you try to take notes on it, it's like kind of hard to read, especially with pencil. So I feel kind of bad asking the kids to just write in their notebooks because they can't read it. My AC is broken again. It's 80 degrees in my room. My hair has completely fallen out, but they were able to get me into another room fairly quickly, so it's not too bad. I just had to come back here to grab my lunch, which is ready now. So I'm gonna take it back to my cold room that I am borrowing because this sucks. This morning I was late. As you saw, I had to do my makeup in the car, so we're very natural today. Oh, but I have kind of a lot to do today. I have a faculty meeting after school, and I think I'm going to attempt doing some group work today, which is terrifying because I don't actually think my kids are ready for group work. They took a quiz yesterday, and I think out of all 3 classes, the highest grade was a 70, and I only had 1 student get that. So definitely going to be offering corrections. I think that they just haven't been really taking it seriously. So I'm hoping that seeing, a 20 in the grade book for an assessment grade is going to help wake them up and start taking it seriously. But I'm going to be offering tutorials for it. I already have a quiz correction tutorial thing online that they can do. They can come to tutorials with me and they can remake their quiz for up to a 70. I just got an email from a parent and it says, "Good afternoon, Miss Smith." That's not my name. However, everything else is applicable to my class. So I don't know where the Smith came from. My email to this parent has my name in it. Smith is not anywhere on this email. But it's okay. At least I got parent response, which is more than I'm used to. So I am beat. But today was a lot. I mentioned yesterday that we took a quiz and it did not go very well, so I'm offering quiz makeups, and so I have tutorials pretty much every day this week before and after school where they can re-attempt their quiz, which means I need to make a new quiz which honestly, that's not going to be very hard because I can just like make a copy of the one that they took and change a few of the questions. It's not that big of a deal. But what was crazy to me is it was open note and they still all bombed it. Ay, 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 ay. The AC broke again today. No. I just came in and it was still broken because it was broken yesterday. That's what it is. It was broken yesterday. And I came in, and honestly, today was actually a very cool day outside. So I came in a little cold. So it was like 77 degrees in my room when I came in, but I was like, this kind of feels good. This kind of feels good. Then it got hot. It got up to 83, but it's fixed now. I feel like I keep saying this, but I don't know if it's really like sitting in for y'all how messy my desk is right now. It is just so unorganized and I don't know, I just don't have time to fix it. It is already after 5. We had our faculty meeting. That's what it was. That was the important thing that I forgot. We had our faculty meeting. I have so much to do that I wanted to get done today that I just am not going to get done. I don't know why I have this. Okay. So I need to call a bunch of parents. I made a to-do list during the faculty meeting because I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so I need to contact 7 parents, which I'm not going to get to all of them today, and that's just the way it is. I need to figure out how to assign detention because right now my only threat is calling parents, which honestly is just more work for me, and doing a referral, but that's so dramatic. So I need to figure out if we have a detention. I need to grade their homework from last week. I need to update my notebook and then post those notes onto Canvas. And do so much more, but that's all. And then starting tomorrow, I'm gonna have kids in here doing their retest, which I did make a new quiz. So that's done. So anyone who shows up tomorrow can retake the quiz, but okay, I think I'm gonna stay for another 20 minutes. So I'll try to leave at 5:30. They hung up on me. Okay. And the other number has me blocked. Okay, you guys, I just had a big brain moment. It's 5:45, by the way. I need to get out of here. But I always struggle keeping track of parent communication. Like I can't do it. So I decided to create my own Google form. Okay, look at this. I love how you probably can't see that at all. But basically I just created a Google form where I need to input the date, the student name, the type of contact, the reason for contacting, and then I have space for notes. And then I can see my own responses in a Sheets. So anytime I need to see how often I've contacted a certain parent, it's right there. And it also makes documenting for office referrals a lot easier because I can be like, I have emailed the parent 23 times and they have not responded. So I'm going home. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I need to leave the house in 7 minutes if I'm going to make it on time for the tutorials that I promised my students. And I am so tired. Last night I didn't do like any of the setup that I normally do for myself. Like I always set out my outfit and I always pack my lunch the night before. That way mornings are super easy. Didn't do that. Just didn't do any of that. So I'm having to do it now. I have my little coffee bar set up over here. And it's working out quite nicely so far. But there's just a bunch of stuff still taking up my space. case you were wondering what it's like to teach high schoolers, so that was nice. Why? Okay, now I have to call like a billion parents, and then I think I'm gonna have so many kids in here for tutorials after school, but we'll see who actually shows up. Ooh, it's bright out here. Whew. Okay. Hi. So I just wanted to let you guys know how awesome I am. It's 5:20. Not my fault. My tutorials went until about 5:10, and then obviously I'm going home now. But I did have 4 students come in to redo the quiz. One of them I caught using AI. I don't know why this student thought that I wouldn't think it was suspicious that they were using their Chromebook so much and only writing down answers, like not showing their work. But you know what? It's fine. So she got mad at me when I told her I couldn't grade it. But it's fine. I also called, like, I'm not even kidding, probably 10 parents, which is insane. Like, absolutely insane for one day. Like, I'm lucky if I get 10 parents in a 9-week period, but I just busted them out because I knew I wasn't going to be able to call anyone after school because I would have had tutorials. So I just went ahead and used my conference for conferencing. Who knew? But I did. It was really fun because I'm making it a point to have positive oh my gosh, I cannot talk. I'm making it a point to have positive parent phone calls and not just negative ones, because I don't want parents to like see that the school is calling and be like, ugh, what did my kid do now? You know, so I called probably 3 or 4 different people just to brag on their kid and say how great they were doing and how I'm so proud of them and they're showing progress, blah, 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 blah. But then I did call a few parents for negative reasons, and I got a lot of voicemails, got a lot of blocked numbers, sent some emails. I had a conversation in Spanish because it's just what you gotta do, okay, to get the job done. So I'm feeling on top of the world. I got such good tutoring in today, like really got to work one-on-one with certain students, so I'm really proud of that. That is my favorite thing about teaching, is getting to work one-on-one with students, which is why I prefer a smaller class. So I enjoy that time of being able to give my energy to just like give one student all my energy. Or in this case, I was splitting it between 3 students, which is still totally doable because they were all doing basically the same thing. So anyway, that was a lot. I'm going home. But today was good. It was good. You know, maybe one day my desk will be clean when I come in the morning, but today is not that day. Good morning. It is Thursday, and I am here super early because I don't even know how many kids are supposed to show up for tutorials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So at least 10 students are supposed to show up for tutorials. Let's see if they actually do. However, I do probably need to go make more copies of the quiz because I think I just made like 20. But I think I'll be fine. I'll be fine for this morning. And then if I get low, I'll do it during my conference. Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay. Kids are gonna start showing up soon, so I'm gonna put my camera away so they don't make fun of me. Happy Friday. The beginning of the year exhaustion has finally caught up to me. I am so tired. Part of it is because this week I've been leaving my house at about 7 and not getting home until 6, 7 o'clock. Just due to personal things that I'm taking care of, and also having to stay late for tutorials and get here earlier for tutorials so that these kids can pass my class. Because I'm finalizing the first progress report today. So I am tired. It was very hard to wake up this morning. And I fell asleep at like 9 yesterday. I'm expecting students here any minute. I feel like I can't catch up. But it's okay. I will eventually. 5:15 on a Friday, and I'm just now going home. I have been so discouraged, mainly starting yesterday, because one, I think it is just that beginning of the year exhaustion is finally hitting me. It's definitely taken longer to set in than it has in previous years. But also, I think the discouragement is hitting harder this year because I know these students, or at least I know intimately what they were taught the past 2 years since I came from a middle school. And about half of my students were at the middle school that I taught at. So I know for a fact what they were taught. And for example, we've been doing equations, solving equations and inequalities. That's a 7th grade standard. I taught that standard. And I know they went over it again in 8th grade. And this year, 9th grade, it's as if they've never seen it before, and they're so confused. And it was really discouraging because I was like, oh wow, so I guess I am not making a difference, you know. And that's a sucky way to feel, like you're not actually making a difference, like you're not doing anything. And I know that's dramatic, but that's just like how I was feeling yesterday. And I've been working crazy hours this week, but today went better. Today, I just kept going. We were doing multi-step equations, so I taught them don't call me after midnight, which again, I used that in 7th grade, which is basically just a way to remember the order that you solve equations. So it's distribute, combine like terms, move the variable, add, subtract, multiply, divide. Don't call me after midnight. And I did a lot of practice problems with them and then had them do it on their own, and they were a lot more successful today than they were yesterday. And today's work was harder than yesterday, so that made me feel a little bit better. And I also got really, really strict with a couple of my classes because I know part of the reason that they're not understanding anything is because they're not paying attention during the lesson. Like they are just, it's been frustrating, and I know I've been too lenient with them. I don't listen to my own advice of being strict because I hate being mean, but it's not being mean. It's being firm and having clear expectations and boundaries. So I'm laid down the law today, and it really did help. So we have a 3-day weekend, so I have time to recover, and the kids have time to forget everything I've taught them, right in time for their test next week. But I think it's going to be okay. It is just like overall very discouraging though, just being a teacher right now. I think people are feeling it all over the world of like, these kids just really can't do anything and they can't think for themselves. And to a certain extent, it's not exactly their fault. I don't want to blame, like all of the blame does not belong on the kids or on the parents or on the teachers or on COVID, but they're all factors, and it just really sucks when I'm expected to teach Algebra 1, which is a high school level class, to students who still don't understand basic computation, like adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing, they still get confused. They don't really understand what a negative number is. It's like things like that. Those are foundational building blocks that I'm supposed to be able to build on top of, but I'm having to reteach them. And I don't have time to teach them as in depth as they need to be taught. So I'm just rushing through everything because I'm like, okay, I need to teach solving literal equations. So I'm just going to blast through this. I'm sorry. You should just know how to do it. Like, obviously I teach them the best I can, but it's just like, there's not enough time in the day, time in the year to fill in, to close all the gaps. And it's really discouraging. I'm in Texas. The rubric or not the rubric, but like the grading scale. And essentially it's a massive curve to the point where a 36 gets rounded to a 70. So showing that 36% of the material is passing. And that just breaks my heart because I'm like, we need to decide, is it important to know or not? Because if it's important to know, then we need to keep our expectations high and change the way that we're operating because clearly it's not working, or just all around lower the expectation but keep the passing requirement high. Like, I don't understand how a 36 is passing out of 100. 36 out of 100. I don't understand how that's passing. And they're going to move on to higher levels of math because the geometry, algebra 2, pre-cal, that's not on the same scale. That's like, if you get a 36, you get a 36, you failed. Good job. And then college is not rounded like that. And then life, like if you have a job to do and you only do 36% of it, you're going to lose your job. So I'm just like, we're not setting these kids up for success at all. And I don't know, there's nothing that I can do to fix it. I'm just a cog in the machine or whatever. But I'm just trying to not let it overwhelm me. Because it can be very easy to get super overwhelmed and super discouraged. So I'm trying to acknowledge that there are limits to what I can do as a human being, while also, just not lowering my own expectations for myself, which is like a fine line to walk, kind of. But anyway, I'm going to go home. I'm going to enjoy my long weekend. It's Labor Day weekend, so we get Monday off. And next week is a short week. So I'm cruising, okay? This year is still going really well. Even with all that, this is happening all over the world. I know it's not specific to my location, my demographic, or my school. So I'm just moving on. So I hope you enjoyed spending it this week with me in my teaching life and just life in general. If you did, go ahead and like the video, comment down any of your thoughts, encouragement, suggestions, questions. You know the drill. I love talking to you guys in the comments. And make sure that you are subscribed so that I can see you in the next one. Bye.